Got Twinkies, we'll play it on some grass or dirt. But turn down the volume on Dick and Bert. Fuck Dick and Bert! Fuck Dick and Bert! St. Paul admitting the law and life, and hitting rock bottom, drugs in the ex-wife. Fuck Dick and Bert! Fuck Dick and Bert! Fuck Dick and Bert! Fuck Dick and Bert! Fuck shit.
Hello and welcome to this thing we call Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play. I'm your host, Anthony Variano. I'm joined today by the brothers Hawes, Michael and Bradley. How are your bods?
What's up? Long time no hear from me.
No kidding. Your softball coaching got in the way of us trying to have some fun here.
Yeah, it's done now. It's done now for a while.
Mike, how you doing?
I'm just most exciting day to be a Twins fan. Byron Buxton just had a beautiful pop fly to the right fielder.
And also joining us, our favorite guest co-host, Mr. Tyler Culver. How are you, sir?
Good, fellas. Good to see you.
I'm glad you wore something besides Twins gear to this thing, because there is really nothing to talk about in terms of the Twins trade deadline. It seems like the Twins front office is going down with the ship, which is just absolute shit. Oh, before we begin, happy legalization day. Cannabis now legal in Minnesota. So when y'all come see, you won't have to bring it from Montana, but this is all I got to say about that.
That's next.
All right. Well, we'll start with Michael because this is his beat. Okay, so the Twins last year made a bunch of moves, and all of them turned out to be garbage. Lost the trade deadline in a big way. I wonder if that influenced them not making any moves at the trade deadline this year. They did swap head case Jorge Lopez for another mediocre reliever in Dylan Floro, who has already allowed one of one inherited runners to score. But okay, Mike, go. Just go.
Okay. No, I have a theory that the Pohlads they tied their fucking hands this year. You did say last year didn't work out. I would say the Lopez trade was bad on paper when it happened, just because he only had one half of a good year, and he gave up a little bit to get him.
A little bit.
The Molly trade to me wasn't a bad trade. It was just, it's unlucky.
Yeah.
That shit's gonna happen. We had a pretty big off season with the extensions of Buxton, getting Correa back. So on paper, our team looked like.
Don't forget about El Caballo.
Yeah, on paper, our team looked damn good coming into the season. I think we got a major problem with our coaching staff. Like, if they can't light a fire under these fucking players' asses, like, I wish I was a Guardians fan. They do so much more with so little, and it's funny watching or it's enjoyable watching that small market team tweak things. Like they traded away their best starter,
right?
And I
managed to get better.
And they're
probably going to win the division. Yeah.
And why I love watching them is because they will put faith like in their young guys coming up. Like, they're never going to have a really awesome offense or anything.
Right.
But they'll take a young buck and just put him up there and let him play. The Twins do the exact fucking opposite, where, like, if we're not going to do anything, at least DFA fucking Gallo.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting ridiculous watching him play. Let's see what
He's
we got.
He's not even good defensively.
No, let's see what we got in Trevor Larnach.
And
He's
Matt
26
Wallner
now. Well, Wallner, I think, has earned his place to stay up here. But, like, with Larnach, like, my thing is, if we're not going to play him, we should have traded him, even if it was for even garbage prospects. Like, I was looking at the 40-man roster today. Jesus Christ, you want to talk about a team that has no depth in pitching?
Yeah.
It is just like, it's fucking horrible. So I just don't understand like that move. I think picking up Gallo and that being an utter failure when you've got left-handed bats just being wasted right now. Yeah, I think the owners put a kibosh to everything this front office has done. I would hope that Rocco is on the hot seat as well, because this is fucking garbage.
Well, they're
that we
actually
just-
starting to play the type of ball they need to play to win games, right? They started playing small ball after the All-Star break, butting around batters and scoring
No,
runs.
and that's I could get on board like with not doing anything, because we've got Lewis coming back.
Right.
Kirilov's injury doesn't sound like it's
Theo
significant.
Barr
but
is
he'll be
healthy.
back. Wallner's playing well.
Although Brock Stewart suffered a setback.
Yeah, we could have used
That's a
another
big
bullpen
loss,
arm.
right? Now we
Right.
still only have 2 reliable bullpen arms, even if, and that's
What?
that's if Caleb T-Bar is reliable.
So
Why not try
my
to
theory
move?
on
Go ahead, Brad.
Go ahead.
Why not try to
Go ahead.
move some of these guys, Kepler right now? See if there's
I
a
think
market for him.
I think they tried.
I mean-
Proven. They will not deal Kepler. They just
I
won't
don't
even think
understand
about
it. Yeah, why? Because he's been with us since he was 12 years old. Like,
I mean,
Or-
I guess that's my thing. My only 2 cents on the whole thing is if you're not going to go all in to win, okay, do it somewhat of a rebuild then. Get rid of some of these players like your Keplers that aren't doing what they should be doing.
and make
Get
room
some
for guys.
prospects.
Yeah,
I mean, we do have the young guys. I don't say we do a fire sale and get rid of all of our prospects to go to try to win this year. We'll end up like the Mets or something. But
yeah.
do something.
Weird that they spent the last year and a half, they made a lot of deals, they spent a lot of money, and then all of a sudden here it's just like, well, that's all we got.
well, no,
We're tapped on
well,
even
yeah.
trying anymore.
Yeah.
I guess my last 15 cents, because I've got like 2 points I want to make on the Twins are. I really thought we would
Look at
sell
everyone
one of our.
leave. The Vikings fans have left the room. They didn't want your 15 cents, Mike. Oh God.
No, I really
Was it
I
at
really
the same
thought
time?
Yep.
I really thought we would sell one of our starting pitchers
I thought so
just
too.
to try to rebuild
Especially
the farm
since
a little
there's
bit.
no waiver trades anymore, and
So-
you can't send these guys through waivers and move them anymore.
So listen to my theory though. Maybe if we actually get to the postseason,
Maeda or
you
somebody
can
else.
use 2 starters in one
as a
game.
reliever,
You're
yeah.
getting like four innings out of each,
Yeah.
because we can get through 2 games then that way, and then you have the
Right.
5th one.
Hey,
For-
Mike.
Get a
Game
win. You
3.
don't have to have a
Mike.
second starting pitcher if you never get to game 2.
Well, yeah.
You gotta fucking get there first. We just
Right.
fucking got
I'm not-
swept
are
by
we
the
gonna get
Kansas
there?
City Royals.
Yes. Okay. So
That
goes
happens.
into my second.
It hasn't happened in a very long time.
That goes into
They haven't
my
won 3
second-
games all year, until just now against us. Oh my God!
Yeah. So that's my second thing is they have to, if they're not going to trade for anybody, they got to do something different with what they got.
Yeah,
That means, okay, it sucks that we lost 11 million on a fucking player. He's not playing. Send him down. We need right-handed bats.
yeah.
We traded for Austin Martin. We traded our last best pitcher for
Yeah.
this guy. Bring him up. I don't
Yeah.
care if he's fucking ready or not. Find out if he can play in the bigs instead
Yeah,
of just letting
Give him
people
a cup of coffee
languish
already.
in double and triple A ball.
Yeah,
Like, bring him up. He plays outfield. Like, start using some of our young guys and get a little creative instead of throwing the same garbage heap out there and pretending like something's going to change. We're barely fucking beating the fucking Cards right now, who are fucking garbage,
yeah,
and our only run has came off of an error. Like,
yeah. The guys at work had hopes of us landing Paul Goldschmidt. I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind? The Twins don't ever make that move."
no. There needs
I
to
saw
be a
an
big-
article that they talked about, we always do trades with the Mets and stuff that usually end up benefiting both of us. They were talking about us trading for like Pete Alonso, which
I'd take
Wow.
a lot.
Wow,
I think
we don't have the pieces even for that.
no, we'd have to give up shit that we don't got.
Yeah,
And like we gave up so
We don't
much
have enough.
last year that unless we wanted to get rid of like Brooks Lee or fucking Royce Lewis or
Why not? They're never going to play in the fucking majors, so who cares? Get rid of them.
well, I do because they should be fucking playing. Like
Well,
they're not
Royce
going
is
to.
on
the
the
way this
IL,
team is
so that
being
makes it
run is
difficult.
complete fucking garbage. Like
Doesn't make any
we
sense.
just let people fucking we waste their best years to see if they can turn into studs.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
watching, like I said it before, watching the Twins is like watching the Vikings play defense last year. It's so fucking annoying, do the same thing and getting the same garbage
It's
fucking results.
Insane. The definition of insanity is the way the Twins have been run. Anywho, the Twins started the day a half game up on Cleveland or something like that, and one game up. Wow, that's amazing. They're barely a 500 team.
Isn't it funny how the Central is the bottom third of the American League?
all 5 teams are the bottom third. Yeah.
We're not going to count the Athletics, but that's
Yeah,
how it goes. I
basically.
mean, it's
Yeah, that's amazing. We are still, I have hope, Mike. I see you put in the notes here. Mike has a theory because he's trying his absolute best to remain positive. Well, I'm going to remain positive with you, bud. We are going to win the division. We're going to win a playoff game. We're not losing 19 straight playoff games. We might not win a playoff series, but you know what? Even if we win this division, we get all 3 of those games at home. And I might get to go to one of those games. And I haven't been to a Twins playoff game in a while.
I'm saying this in the next 2 to 3 weeks will determine whether I'm not positive or not. Because if they don't change something, like you got to drop Gallo, let other people play.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks. You don't have fucking time. You got to do it right now. I mean, if they don't
trying to
win
give them
tonight,
fucking time.
I love how Brad's dictating how much hope Mike can have at what point this season.
I've got a fucking 2 bets on these fucking assholes.
Why are you betting on these assholes? It seems very
At the beginning
silly.
of the year to win 78 games.
Oh yeah, that's
Are you
right.
fucking
When we
kidding
thought
me?
that
I
was
don't
a
think
fucking bona fide winner, right at the start. Oh my
I'm
god,
sweating it now with 50 games left to go.
that's hilarious. Hey, at least the Minnesota Lynx are a playoff team, though. They've won 3 straight right up until tonight. Alyssa Thomas, holy cow. 5th triple-double of the season with 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, she's pretty good. She should win MVP, although she's, not scoring a bunch of points. But, Jesus, when you lead the league in assists and rebounds, you should win the fucking MVP. But, I mean...
Sad thing is she won't, though. She won't.
Stupid. Yeah, Brianna Stewart. Maybe. I don't know. Let's hope she does. The Lynx, though, beat the Liberty 88-83 without Nafisa Collier, and they beat the Sun and held them to 83 points without Nafisa Collier. So their perimeter defense improved. They just couldn't shoot the ball tonight. They shot out of their mind against Connecticut in the previous game. They shot 56%, but I mean they're holding teams to a pretty good shooting percentage. I mean, New York
but I tell you what,
36% and 28% from 3 in that game. So
it's got to be fucking weird shooting in one of those casino conference rooms. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's how I feel about the Michelob Ultra Arena where the Aces play. It is not a great place, a great basketball venue. The Lynx are lucky to have one that's an actual basketball venue.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're a lot better than I thought they would be. They're not losing nearly enough games to get any of the lottery picks in the draft next year. So
that's kind of a bummer.
I know. I think I'm kind of hoping we just go on a losing streak here and end up 3rd worst in the WNBA. Otherwise, I mean, we're gonna end up the goddamn 3 seed in the fucking West. It's just like, god damn it. And Dallas is gonna whoop our ass like they have all year. So what the hell are we playing for? To lose to Dallas one more time?
They don't want me to be a fan. They're warming up Pagan right now with a 1-run lead.
Oh, sorry, no.
Go on. Sorry, go back to basketball.
Well, that's all I've got on the Lynx. Let's go to the Vikings. These guys have a lot to say, I'm sure. It looks like, I mean, that's the best hope we have right now at this point because the Twins have been so mediocre. And even the Vikings training camp is more exciting. Even the Vikings training camp is more exciting than the trade deadline.
Well, no, that's Minnesota sports. All their enthusiasm comes in the off season when they're not playing.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's start it off with the trade deadline. St. Louis just tied it up. anyway, so it is the trade deadline. Vikings do to slide in and just, hey, fuck you, Twins, since you aren't going to do anything. Guess what? We're going to bring in a guard, Dalton Risner, and we're going to talk about signing him, which I think me and Tyler both agree. I think this would be a great move. I think if we could get him to sign, Kevin O'Connell's press conference afterwards, I don't think he's a good poker player. I think he's pretty much signed. In my opinion, then you have the move to be able to put Cleveland out there for trade.
Yeah.
He wants to play tackle. If we can get some draft capital for him, perfect. And like he said, he talked to Risner about maybe he's going to slide him over and play right guard for Ingram, which I wouldn't be opposed to. Maybe Cleveland moves over there. I don't know. I think it's a great signing if we do sign it. Fuck you, Twins. Or at least we do something on the deadline.
So is this going to be an upgrade for the offensive line as a whole, Tyler?
Yeah. Well, so like you were saying, Ingram, I think Ingram is this regime's guy. And like you were saying, Cleveland, he wants to be a tackle. You can deal him. I don't think they're bringing him in to replace Ingram. I don't think Ingram's that good, but he was a second round pick. So was Risner. Ingram, I think they were all second round picks, but I think it is a good move, even if it's just a depth move, because they need help.
Yeah.
They need help.
Once one of those guys goes down, it's a goddamn open window, for Christ's sake.
Risner's pass blocking, though, is far superior than Cleveland's.
He's a pass blocking guy, and I think that's where they want to go.
Yep.
Right.
And where did most of the pressure come from last year when people were coming? It was right up the freaking middle. So, I mean, I think it'd be a freaking bold, good move for that.
Well, the guy's been.
How are they going to sign him? They don't have any fucking money.
Oh yeah,
sure they do.
They do.
They actually $1.645 million or something like that.
Cap space is a myth. But the guy's been available since March, and no one's even given him a visit.
Cost too much then.
So I think he could be a $7 million guy, a year, which they can do, and they would have to deal with a few things. But like you said, the conference.
There was a minute there where contract they get rid of.
Mm-hmm. There was a minute there where it kind of was like, well, if he's got a competition, but if we bring him in,
yep,
yeah,
there's a sort of like and they need to. Everyone knows that's where their weakness is.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought they had freed up some money with like dropping Cook, and then restructuring some other stuff. So I think they got some money. They just gave
Danielle Hunter $17 million. He was set to make $5.5 million this year. So
yeah, but that's football money's not like real money. Like
it's like monopoly money.
Well, no, yeah, it's like you have to look at the actual contract to see how much it's going against.
Because a lot of it's probably a signing bonus that doesn't contribute to the cap, huh?
Yeah,
no, it's 17.1 million guaranteed with upwards of 20 million, which to me I think it's a great move. It is an absolutely great move by both parties. He actually said after he signed the contract that he wants to be a Viking for life, which is a good move. You got some freaking money. Why did he
only sign a 1-year deal?
They always
so do you guys actually believe that though, or is it going to be the same shit again next year?
Oh yeah, it'll be the same.
No, so here's the thing. We have him right now for 1 year. We upped his thing for 1 year. It's basically a tryout for him and for us. Right. It's money that we had that we weren't going to spend on anybody else going into the season, 3 weeks away from the season starting 4 weeks. Hell of a move. I like it. I mean, it's a win-win.
We had to
for
retain
both.
somebody from the defense, right?
The thing is, you can't just get that guy.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. You have to have him.
Yeah. You can't even draft those guys generally.
No, that's all there is to it. You have to have him.
No, and that you guys are right on the offensive line situation. I was a huge fucking Cleveland supporter. I loved that draft. We got Jefferson, and with their second pick,
I love that
Cleveland.
Draft yeah,
and I was just like, God, this is amazing. He's so athletic, but he's just not working out. And they're actually building a pretty strong fucking offensive line from where we were like 5 seasons ago. So
this one guy, I'm really good at citing people. he actually rated the Vikings as the 8th best offensive line in football.
Wow.
It's not like a tier 1, but it's actually it's up there. It's
It's a hell of a lot better than what we've been used to, I think, right?
Oh,
no, I
shit.
agree.
2 years ago when we
last-
took Darisaw, I was fucking stoked. Like, we've got O'Neal and Darisaw now. I'm like, those are 2 fucking anchors to build around for a long time.
Well, because what was it? The last time we had a good offensive line was the Brett Favre days.
I don't even know if that
seriously?
was the case. Can we say that?
I mean, he got destroyed too.
Right. Yeah. He played with a broken leg for half in the NFC Championship.
That was cheating. Cheating, though.
Yeah, but that was a pretty good defensive line they were going up against, apparently, or a bad offensive line, one or the other. Let's talk about some rookies. Outside linebacker, is it Avon Pace Jr. is turning heads at training camp, as is rookie cornerback, is it Mekhi Blackman? According to Alec Lewis, Mekhi Blackman, according to Alec Lewis of The Athletic. I guess we should feel good about our defense despite retaining hardly any of it last season. Remember, at one point we were wondering who the hell was going to play cornerback for this team, and it looks like Blackman's going to play cornerback for this team.
Yeah, he's been doing good. He was in with the ones the other day. So I mean, I like it, and maybe it's Flores' scheme. Maybe he's getting this. But then, second of all, we really can't go by training camp so much. When we're going against arguably the greatest wide receiver. I mean, he's making our defense look like shit. If you see some of these catches that he's doing and shit, but
Kirk did not have a good day in the first full pads day, which is a good sign for the defense because they don't know what they're running. It's kind of working. And what he's doing, he's putting all the tallest guys, Joe Juan, putting him and a Caleb on the outside. So he's got the 6'2" and the 6'3" on the outsides, and all the smaller, versatile guys, packed in the middle a little bit. That's kind of his thing. And apparently it's working.
That's what I read. I read the same thing, that the defense was giving the offense struggles. First pad practice, and Flores, we've been talking about this for months now. I think he can do a lot more with less, and I think we've got a defense that's versatile enough where that fits exactly into what Flores wants to do.
Yeah.
And linebacking core, even after losing Kendricks.
Yep.
It sounds like we're going to be fine there in this defense. Like Hicks, Asamoah are playing well. Like, I think
Lewis Sign, man. I mean,
yeah. What was our Achilles heel last year? I think it fucking might be average to even better than average. Like,
I don't know if we could go that far. I just want to be out of the bottom third. That would be nice.
Top 10. Top 10.
Jesus.
Score North was saying that the Jay Ward, I think was his name, the 4th round draft pick out of LSU. He was a man coverage, made it look like a man coverage. He was coming along underneath the linebackers, doing like he was following in man coverage, and he just dropped that completely and blitzed off the edge.
Oh my God, I'm gonna love watching this team next year.
And it just looked beautiful,
Oh man, yeah, I love it. Brian Flores, again, we said it in the offseason, the best offseason acquisition the Vikings made. And it's already looking that way, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the thing is, when you don't have a lot of cap space, you're not going to make a lot of acquisitions, so that coach is just unbelievable.
You can spend whatever you want on coaches. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I think it's
I want to hear the 2 Vikings experts talk a little bit, and I think Tony just brought it up about Sign. How fucking good is this kid going to be?
Right.
I think he's going to be a stud.
Why?
He can, the way he can jump on the ball and stuff, the way he sees the field, he's a bigger guy. He hits. If he's fully healthy, it sucks that we didn't have him last year.
Hitman 2.0.
He's basically Palomalu is what it is.
Oh my
yes.
God. Just
I like that.
Hasn't played a game. Let's compare him to a Hall of Famer.
Same guy.
The best.
Same great hair. Same guy.
Really?
No, and the thing is he
hits
carries himself with that charisma too. Like he knows he's good. He wants to be good.
He's putting in the work. Everyone seems to like him a lot, and
that's what I liked most about that Athletic article, where Blackman was playing against Addison, and he
Yeah.
he was giving Addison constructive criticism on how to like better go after the ball. Like he swiped down his arms at a
Right.
you know, at
And
a
if-
point, and he's like, "Here, you could do it at a different point, and you could actually get up and get that ball." So
They're-
I
and then
love
two-
that about that
USC guys,
practices.
they know each other. They've been playing together for years already.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then 2 plays later in that practice, Addison made him look stupid. That's another good thing, man. Like Cousins and Addison, man, they are looking tough together. Like Adam Thielen, who? Like, I mean,
Right.
I tell you what, you know, people are saying that this 13-3 or 4, whatever the fuck we were last year, 13-3. Can't even remember. It was a long time ago. Our over under is 8.5 games this year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like right now, just by watching the videos, reading the articles, seeing what our team is right now, I don't see why we couldn't do it again. I honestly,
13
I
again?
don't see why. I don't see why we can't win
would-
12, 13 games.
I could actually support that with now you've given O'Connell, this will be his second year with the offense. Like there should not be
Yeah. Kirk
decline
Cousins
there.
too. Yeah.
like, and he's got like everybody's better. Like you just said it, we got a first round rookie wide receiver who's better than what we lost. Like KJ Osborne, I still love KJ
I do
Osborne.
too.
Like I don't know how our offense doesn't even get better. Like
No, and that's the thing. I mean, you saw it if you've watched the thing on that streaming service.
Netflix, the quarterback show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but
We don't make any money on this, so
okay.
fuck that,
All right.
Mahomes.
Anyway, that's what he said. You know, O'Connell's stuff was, you know, pretty tough. So you give him now in his second year. I mean, I say this every year, but I like our chances, man. I really do.
Well, going
Fuck
into
Detroit.
that,
Detroit ain't going to be shit compared to us. I mean,
it's
I
Detroit.
like our team.
Going into that documentary series, I thought that was going to be the worst. You're going to do a documentary on Kirk Cousins. We're going to see how goobery this guy actually is.
right.
And he is that
Somehow.
goobery though.
I know, but
People
somehow,
love it.
like he's at an all-time high
Yeah.
in
The guy's
the love that
GQ
people
score
have
is
for him.
super high.
I-
And I think that'll continue throughout the year to where people aren't just giving him shit all the time. You
Yeah.
know, I think
I'm
that's
gonna
Did
take
you?
I'm
big.
gonna take
Did you see
page
that-
out of his wife's Bible though. And every time the Twins bring in Pagan, I'm just gonna put on my worship music and just fucking get into it.
Did you see that he was in the NFL.com? He was ranked number 42 of the top 100 players in the NFL.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers was 51 or some shit. Take
What?
that.
Word,
What?
I'll
word.
take that, Packers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mean Jets? You mean Jets?
No, it's still fuck the Packers.
So the spirits are high for the Vikings. We're still 5 weeks away from the start of the season.
Hey, we got a freaking preseason game on the 10th,
That's a-
man.
Great sentence.
A preseason game on the 10th.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
so
God.
excited.
Why are you excited about preseason games? Who gets
Because
excited?
I'm going to
about preseason?
one.
Oh, you're going,
Going to
one.
that Titans game. Yep, and you're coming with me.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I'm going to be at a concert. I thought.
No, I changed your plans. I canceled. Story so far ain't playing. I called him up.
Yeah, that's the same fucking night, man. You're not gonna make that fucking Tennessee preseason game. I went to a preseason game once. I think what was it, you, Mike, that brought me to Brett Favre, a game that he never even played in. We left at halftime and got real drunk.
Yeah, we did. I don't know, this year especially with our I wouldn't mind going to a preseason game just to see some of our defensive players.
Maybe like the
Because-
one of the last two.
Just because I
anybody
mean
could be starting on that
these
side
are
of the
guys
ball
some of
this
these
year.
guys are gonna be on the team. Like so
Yeah, it could go any way.
Hey, you're going to the second one, right, Tyler?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
going to be the good one. That's when all
Yeah.
the players play.
right.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so there's-
So the third and fourth games are not the ones you go to.
There's only three. There's
Oh,
only
I thought
three.
they got rid of that in the last CBA, huh? There used to be 4.
Yep.
well, yeah, they added a game to the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Make it even tougher to be an NFL player.
As if it wasn't impossible already. Just imagine how hard it is to be a goddamn running back. Okay, so we solved this problem while we were sitting around the dining table at my house. 10-minute warning.
So what's this? I had just read something today actually that Booth left practice with an injury. Has anybody heard if it's serious or not?
I didn't hear
Our
that.
cornerback we drafted last year.
I didn't hear he went out, but he hasn't been with the ones at all. So that could
it doesn't matter.
be true. But we need him. We need him.
I'm looking it up right now.
We need depth.
So, quarterback Andrew Booth left the field with a trainer early on and did not return.
God.
No other details besides that.
Yeah. He just had fine.
One other quick thing I want to say is that Mullins had some family issues going on second or third practice.
Right.
So actually, Hall got a bunch of action.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I heard he didn't look great, but it was against the second team.
They said there were moments where he looked good, but moments where he looked bad. And with getting these reps as the number 2, it's things that you know what you can look forward to. So, I mean, and the whole league is watching this. You know what I mean? Because this guy's supposed to be a pretty decent player, man. He's got the skills. So,
and it won't be this year, so he's got time.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you roll the dice then and keep him over Mullins as your number 2?
You ain't paying nothing for either of them, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
You keep 3.
Yeah. Let's talk about the running back issue in the NFL. Dalvin Cook is still available, and apparently there's been a lot of people asking about him, but apparently the salary range has not increased at all despite the competition for his services.
Well, he signed with the Jets, though.
Oh, he did sign with the Jets?
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not official.
Not official?
It could be like the Aaron Rodgers thing. Where
I saw him meeting the Jets fans thing. Like he's with Aaron Rodgers now.
Oh, great. So
anyway, sorry to derail it, but yeah, there's an issue with running backs.
Thank you for the information. Oh, it was
no. I don't think it's official.
No, he visited the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers thing.
Okay.
No,
right.
it does say Dalvin Cook's warm New Jersey home on Fan Nation right now.
What would they? Yeah, but they got that other stud running back they took with the first round pick.
They've got 2 of them.
ACL injury. So.
Yeah, it just says he was touring the facility and took part in drills.
Okay.
Weird. Well, anyway, I mean, running backs are severely underpaid in the league, and they can't
actually. But Tyler, did you hear this one? I heard a rumor that the Vikings actually offered him like $7 million to come back and play. Did you hear that one?
I think that was on the table the whole time, and he walked away from it, and he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to get that now.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. What the fuck, man? Like,
which is way more than anyone is offering any running backs in the league.
And these guys...
for the most volatile, you take the most hits.
Yeah.
Half the offense goes.
You got to be an offensive lineman for fucking like 60 plays a game,
and then you have to be an offensive. Yeah. It's a problem.
That is what's crazy. You know, Jonathan Taylor wanted to stand up and act like he was big, and wants to say, "Hey, I want to get traded." Blah blah blah. Well, I'm not going to go to training camp because I've got a back issue, and the Colts are just like, "Well, fuck you then. You're on the physically unable to perform. We don't got to fucking pay you."
He tweeted.
Oh my God.
He said, "I've never said anything about my back. I never had any issues.
Right.
It's all on them doing this to me."
But they've been doing running backs dirty for a long time
scapegoated.
now. Yeah, and it started with Le'Veon Bell. I mean, he was the bulk of that offense, and they refused to pay him, and then he left.
So Tony,
he wasn't the bulk.
Get into what we
anymore.
talked about at your dinner table about their contracts when you're in the first round, the second round for running. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous
we need to
that
change
they
have the same rookie contract structure as every other player on the field. That's all there is to it. If you enter the draft as any sort of tailback, if you play behind the quarterback in any way whatsoever, you should be able to renegotiate your contract after three years. Just that's the way it's got to be.
I'd say 2 years.
2 years? I
2
mean,
years.
That's an easy thing to add to the CBA. If you are a fullback, if there's back on your name, besides quarterback. You get to renegotiate your deal every 2 years because your fucking career only lasts like 4 years.
Yeah. And that's a negative against them somehow, but it's just that's
Right.
the nature of things.
Right. Well, it's what happens when you have to carry the ball 25 times and then block 30 plus times in a game.
So either
They
they have
made
to
a-
go okay with front-loaded 2-3-year contracts,
Right.
or you know,
They made a great point on the Dan Lebitard show today,
They always do.
talking about running backs, and it's spot on. You know, as a running back, you need to run the ball, you need to catch the ball, and then when you're not doing that, you need to block guys that are 4 times your size.
Right.
So as a running back, what you need to do to stop this shit, stop blocking these guys. You're not paid to block somebody.
That's actually, because they've been debating that on the Lebitard show here for a while.
And then negotiate your contract with the quarterback who takes the hit as a result of you not blocking the players.
No, I did like the point they made about, as a parent, if you've got a really athletically gifted kid, don't let him play running back.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Nope.
like, nope, you're going to become a linebacker, you're going to become a tight end,
No,
you're going
if
to
you're
do
going to play
something else.
football, play quarterback. If you're the best player on the field, play quarterback.
Not
that's-
now. Wide receivers getting up there, man.
Mm.
I mean,
well, really, so that they can save their bodies. There's been no rule changes for
Right. For wide receivers.
running backs
Yeah.
because you can't.
Yeah.
They're just gonna take hits over and over and over again.
All right.
No,
well,
and that's
go ahead,
yeah.
Mike.
no,
Mike.
that's the other problem. I don't know how they fix it because everybody complains about paying college kids, but like your prime as a running back really is
From
that
you
2 to 4 years in
graduation.
college,
Yeah.
and then that 2 to 3 first years in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
Right.
your best years in the most
You're not getting
toll
paid
it
for
takes
2
on
of
your
them.
body, you're not even getting paid for it.
Right.
Right? That's an issue.
Well, there was some good news in the state of Minnesota, the state of hockey, if you will. The Wild will ride the Gus bus for 3 more years, baby. We got the second best goaltender in hockey for 3 years. Good for us. We're so happy. Making a 3-year, $11.25 million deal. Not to mention, we got the best prospect goaltender coming up in a couple years, so he won't even probably play out this deal. I imagine trade deadline right around the middle of this deal, he'll be gone. He gone. And Stalock will step in and start blocking pucks for us. Anywho, this has been Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play. I was happy to be joined by the brothers Haas, Bradley, and Michael J. Esquire. Also, our musician friend, Tyler Culver. Thank you for joining us. Any last words on today's episode, boys?
If Eve 6 ever comes to your town, go check him out.
I will absolutely
True.
do that. Yeah.
True. Yep. Also, I wish Kirk Cousins was my dad.
I'm seeing
After he
Paramore
blows the
tomorrow.
game, you can read you a fucking story.
I was supposed to see 3 concerts this week, but of course Madonna got a bacterial infection, so that kind of screwed that up. But I'm seeing Paramore on Wednesday, and then
in her cooter.
Jesus
Christ, Brett.
Christ.
Bandmade Japanese metal all-girl metal band on Sunday. Okay, the Stugatz has awoken in Brad. He's back to his old self. You can find us at Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play on YouTube, at Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play on Instagram. No, that's not right. It's at Go Gonzo Journal on Instagram, and at gogonzojournal.substack.com on Substack, and at foulplaybyplay.com. Holy cow, it's been a while. Sorry it's been so long. Thanks for those of you who consumed our last episode. It was one of the most watched episodes somehow that we've ever done. So kudos to you, Mike. I think you were on that one. And great hat.
I'm a star. I'm a star. You
Lovely hat. Hey, how's the driver coming along? You figured that club out yet?
My brother's advice is actually starting to pay off.
Okay,
Open
well,
up the
If
club
you'd
face.
fucking listen to me more.
he needs to teach me how to
Well,
not eat
no.
a slice.
Your goddamn advice. I fucking hate people who are just like naturally good at shit. Just do it
Oh,
this
yeah?
way.
That's my dad
Okay,
trying to teach me how to do
once.
shit my whole life. Why can't you just do it like me? Well, because I'm just not as talented as you. That's why. I mean,
Yeah,
fuck
but
fuckers.
if you fuckers would just listen and not have a cardiac arrest and
Listen to my dad.
shit like that.
My dad is not the greatest at explaining things. But if you could teach me how to not slice the ball, then I could play a dog leg to the left. That would be nice.
If you guys ever go to a Taylor Swift show, little girls give you these little bracelets.
Thanks for joining us. We love you. Peace out. Love you, boys.
Later.
Peace.
Bye. We'll see you the 20th, Tyler.
Yeah,
You owe me.
I do.